Andean shamanic rituals to synchronize your life path with the cosmos with Puma Freddy Gispe Singona. Today's session is titled Living a Ritual of Love and Gratitude. You're always in ceremony. I'm Diana, your host. Please join me in welcoming Puma to the session. Welcome, Puma. They're all yours.
Hello, my wonderful global community, my wonderful global family. We will begin by breathing 3 times deeply and acknowledging and honoring our sacred Pachamama, our Mother Earth, where we are being held, being looked after, and being cared for today. So please put your right hand in your heart. This is the position of I am, and your left hand in your solar plexus. And this is the position of I am in service. We close our eyes. We visualize ourselves inside a crystal, a gigantic, clear quartz crystal that is transmuting, transforming whatever heavy energies, whatever low frequencies, into light, into refined energy. So breathe deeply. Once more. And once more. There are, in sacred temples in the high plateau of the Andes, in the Altiplano near the Lake Titicaca, powerful monoliths that were carved thousands of years ago with these beings that represent masters, that represent astronomers, that represent magicians, that represent powerful leaders who are carved with the right hand in the heart and left hand in the solar plexus, or vice versa. And that was the knowledge that comes from the Atlantean ancestors. They were direct descendants of the Atlantean civilizations. And this is the way they used to greet each other. Whenever they would meet, they would always say, I am in divine service. So making yourself available and ready for whatever service, whatever support, whatever help that was necessary. I want to acknowledge each one of you today, and I want to honor each one of you today in sacred ceremony. Thank you for giving yourselves this opportunity to receive direct transmissions, direct teachings from our ancestral traditions, from the Andean lineages, specifically from the rainbow lineage, which is the lineage of the 7 rays that comes all the ways from the stars, from the divine sun. Today, I want to acknowledge with you that you are manifesting powerful healing energy. You are manifesting powerful transformation energy in your lives just by being and by being conscious. I'm going to share with you beautiful ceremonies and rituals that we have here to bring in more of this harmony, more of this inner peace, and more love into our lives. First, I will tell you the origins of our life. We cannot be here if it wasn't for our father and our mother. So a whole lifetime we live our lives acknowledging and honoring our biological parents, because thanks to them, we are able to be here. Also, we acknowledge our spiritual parents, And our spiritual parents are the cosmic father, which is the father sun, our cosmic mother, the mother moon. Also our mother earth, Pachamama, and our sacred Apus, Pachatata, which are the mountain spirits or spirits of the land, not only where there are mountains. We also acknowledge our sacred father as time and our sacred mother as a space. Thanks to these parents, you are able to be here right now. So just take a moment to acknowledge that. Acknowledge your sacred parents, biological parents, wherever they are, close or far. Just honor them. Just give them gratitude. For they have dreamed, for they have participated in the alchemy, in the miracle of life to bring you here. Regardless of whatever processes we have had, regardless of whatever difficulties, whatever hardships we have gone through with our parents, they are the ones that were chosen by the whole cosmos and the universe to bring us to this life, to this miracle of life. Acknowledge and honor each one of them. For some of us, they may already be in the ancestral realm. For some of us, they're here, still with us. Honor them, give them gratitude, and just feel their power. Notice how your whole energy field shifts when you connect at this level with them. Give thanks to our Father Sun. In the Andes, in our traditions, we believe humanity comes from the sun that never rises neither sets. We are children of the light. We are children of the sun. In all of the portals, including Machu Picchu, which is one of our sacred temples here, the entrance to such a temple was through the doorway of the sun. And acknowledging that we come from the sun, we are illuminated beings, we are light beings, and we are timeless. In other words, we are eternal. Acknowledge our Mama Quilla, our sacred mother moon, our cosmic mother, for her presence. In difference to the sun being a king, a whole father, he was only limited to be with his children during the day. But the moon, being a cosmic mother, she was with her children day and night. So the miracle of seeing our mother moon day and night for us is a powerful blessing. It means that the sacred feminine, our sacred mother, is with us more often, ever since the cosmic creation, ever since the sacred creation. And our Father is always leaving, is always arriving, like the sun does, with the sunrise arriving and with the sunset leaving. So take a moment to acknowledge our cosmic parents in the light. We are also here thanks to our Pachamama, Mother Earth. For thousands of years in the Andes, pregnant women were taken to the caves in their 8th, 9th month of pregnancy, and they were taken care of by these powerful midwives in these caves until the baby was born. The reason why these mothers were taken to the caves is because when a baby was born, this baby had to be born not only from the womb of the biological mother, but also from the womb of Mother Earth, which was these caves. This is the reason why they're called pacarinas. Even though we weren't born in a cave, in these natural caves of Mother Earth, wherever we were born, inside a building, we always believe we were also born from the womb of Mother Earth. Only in cases like here in the Andes, where we're working in the potato fields, and some women could not make it to the house, and they were giving birth on the road or outside. Only in those cases there had to be a rebirth ceremony done for these babies, just to make sure that the baby was being received from the womb of Pachamama. So acknowledge Pachamama, acknowledge Mother Earth, because she gave birth to us too. That's why we carry her nature. That's why we carry her powers. That's why we carry her intelligence and her high frequency vibration of energy. And also, this is why we are beautiful. Like everything in nature is beautiful. Acknowledge our sacred Pachatata, the sacred father in the land. Our father in the land changes. That's why we can move from place to place. And we call them Apus, mountain spirits. They're our guardians, our guides, like a father who is always caring for the journey of the child, supporting, assisting, protecting the journey of the child. Same way the spirits of the land do that for us. So acknowledge our Father, Pachatata, in this land. Just be conscious of him. Just feel his energy in your body, in your being. We will now acknowledge our sacred Spirit Father, sacred time. Time is our father. In the Andes, everything that has to do with time has to do with our sacred masculine polarity, with our sacred father. Because we are children of time, we are powerful because we can access all time, whether future, whether past. Because we are children of time, we have the power to lengthen time or shorten time. It's the Sacred Father, and gives us permission to access this powerful elemental being for our growth, for our enlightenment, for our evolution process. So for example, when you're going through hard processes and you are not conscious, that's when the time is longer. And you can actually make it shorter so that you go through that process faster. When you're going through wonderful moments, that's when you want to make time eternal. That's why in one of our prayers, our ancestors used to say, once you have this moment, once you have this experience, then this moment and this experience is eternal. Whatever that was so powerful, whatever that you received as a miracle, as so magical, as so miraculous, it happens in thousands of a second. And these thousands of a second, when you're conscious, you can make them eternal, so that you can always return to these wonderful times, so that you can always come back to this amazing moment. That's the power of having time as our Father. There are lots of beings in the universe that don't have this same communion with time like we do. We may be unevolved in many ways, but we can still love. We can still connect with our hearts. For this reason, many of our cosmic family in the stars want to be here in this earth and experience what we can experience. because many beings throughout the universe can no longer love like we do. But we can still tremble in love because we're children of sacred time. Give yourself a moment, the time that is necessary to acknowledge our Father, our Spirit Father's sacred time. Also, acknowledge our sacred space, our Spirit Mother, for she is ever present. She's never leaving. She's never leaving us. She's always present with us. If you look at the space around you, notice how transcendentally present it is. Nothing is changing in this space where you are, because the nature of the space is presence. And that's our mother. Our mother, we're children of presence. And this is the reason why we have the power to transcend. We have the power to be ever, always, ever here. Thanks to our Father Time and Mother Space, we are here. For us, my wonderful family, this is what we call ceremony. Ceremony is acknowledging, is honoring, is giving gratitude to our parents. And this is what we do every day, every moment that we can, without ever forgetting, without ever being distracted. We honor and acknowledge our sacred parents, cosmic parents, spirit parents, biological parents, and godparents. We're all about godparents. Here in the Andes, if you come to the communities and they love your heart, they love the way you are, our families will ask you to be godparents to their children, to their nephews, to their nieces. Why? Because this is a way of remembering that we are family. This is a way of building up, constructing powerful communion beyond friendship, beyond, biological family bonds, to the celestial sacred connection. We have godparents too. And godparents are the people that our family have chosen, not only in the religious belief, but also in the spiritual belief, to be our sacred parents that gift us with their gifts. So usually for godparents, we look people who have a big heart, people who are very conscious, very evolved, very wise, so that the children can inherit these blessings. Being in ceremony is acknowledging, is honoring, is giving gratitude. It's not just being conscious. Being conscious is important, but most importantly, acknowledging, honoring, and giving thanks. Ceremony for us is always. I want to share with you, my family, today that the ceremony that we talk about is not ours. Ceremony for us is not when we connect to the divine, or when we receive God, or when we connect with the celestial spirits. No. It's just acknowledging you being here and honoring that the ceremony, the true ceremony, is of our cosmic Father, cosmic Mother, is of time, is of space. The ceremony is of the four elements. The ceremony is of Mother Earth, and you are the center of it. You are the reason why Pachamama, Pachatata, cosmic Father, cosmic Mother, sacred time, sacred space, is present here for you. You are the reason why they exist. You are the center of it. The reason why air exists is so that it can breathe you and you can breathe. And with that breath of life, you can create. The reason why sacred earth exists as an element is so that it can connect you, so that you can touch, so that you can hold, so that you can hug, so that you can love. The reason why fire exists as this sacred element is so that you can feel the passion, is so that you can love unconditionally. And so that you can, with that love, transmute whatever discordant, heavy, dark energies that no longer serve you. The reason why water exists is so that you can flow. The water element is the element of new life. So today, as part of our teachings of ceremony and ritual, I'm going to teach you how to integrate these powerful elemental forces. We're going to work with the sacred air. We're going to work with the sacred fire, earth, and water. Remember, when you arrived here to this life, to this earth, Pachamama gave you birth to those four elements also. So you are these four elements right now. You are earth because you are physically manifested here. You are fire because you can passionately feel unconditional love. The fire is inside you. You are water, ever flowing, ever being new life. All the water in our physical body, in our physical temple, is flowing to give us new life. You are sacred air because you are free. You are absolutely free. And there is an Aini energy flow that is happening with life. Every breath in, every air element is bringing you the process of the family, of the community, of the planet. And with every breath, you are transmitting that process back to the family, to the community, to the planet. So it's setting you free, is ever bringing to you liberation and freedom. So we're going to work with these sacred four elements right now. So I'm going to tell you where are our four temples for the elements. From the crown, from the top of the head to the thorax here is the first temple, which was visualized in the Andes as a bubble of light. The second temple is from the thorax to the mouth of the stomach, to the diaphragm. The third temple is from the diaphragm to just below the navel. And the fourth temple is from just below the navel to the perineum, right to where our sexual gland is. Okay? So just imagine powerful balls of light, four of them in your body. Visualize, close your eyes, visualize these beautiful balls of light. Ojpos, we call them in Quechua. So for the beginning part, we're going to start from the bottom to the top, and we're going to call in for the first bubble the sacred fire energy. So visualize the fire element waking up, being activated right in that first bubble, producing powerful energy of vitality, transmuting in your body whatever illnesses, whatever genetic codings of trauma, of allergies, especially, my wonderful family, traumas, limitations, fears, doubts, blockages around your sexual energy. The fire element is transmuting all of those low frequency energies right now, as we speak. Activating powerful energy of vitality, good health, harmony, well-being. So for the first bubble is sacred fire. Now we're going to move to the second bubble, to what we call the solar plexus. This is called Cosco, center of centers. We're going to bring here the powerful energy of the earth element. The earth, Pachamama, gives us the strength and the vitality to take care of anything and everything. From this solar plexus, which is where most of our energy comes from when we're doing anything, when we're working, when we're in service, we're going to have the power of Pachamama, of the sacred earth element, to connect us with the strength, with the endurance, to deal with anything and everything we're dealing with in life, whether emotionally, psychologically, or physically. We're putting sacred earth element right here in our second bubble. Just feel whatever subtle changes happen in your body as you're inviting the earth element into this temple. Bring in the intelligence, bring in the powerful essence of Mother Earth into this solar plexus so that we can withdraw from this temple powerful energy to take care of anything in life. We will be stronger, we will be healthier, full of vitality. We will move to the third temple. In this one, we're going to bring in air. We're going to bring in air to this temple of the heart because it's going to give us absolute freedom. Air always has a way to enter anywhere. It does not need permission. It's just free. It's the freest element of all of them in our planet. And the most vital, the most important. It will help us with our emotional process, specifically with our heart feelings. You know, it's beautiful that we're putting air here because it will lighten our heart. The beginning of many diseases and problems in the physical body is having a heavy heart. So while we're bringing air here, air will breathe it and will make it lighter. So we have the sacred air element on this third bubble. Just visualize the powerful element of air being activated, waking up in this sacred bubble. Just notice all the shifts and the changes that are happening in your body just from inviting this powerful element to be here. Now we're going to go to the fourth temple, to the fourth bubble. We're going to bring in here water. Water is new life. Also, it's going to give us the clarity so that we no longer have whatever negative thoughts, whatever negative conceptions, whatever heavy ideas, bad ideas, all of those low frequencies will be transmuted because water will give it new life. So that we're always in our mind acknowledging and honoring ever new, ever fresh ideas, conceptions, thoughts, and visualizations. So we will have the water element in our fourth bubble. So you have the sacred four bubbles programmed. Now with your two hands, lift them up. Lift up your hands and create like this sacred apu or this sacred pyramid. And put it right above your crown. And just feel as you have programmed these four bubbles, powerful energy coming from the cosmos, blessing, programming, healing, activating this powerful elemental body that we have. We are elemental beings. And in gratitude, we just breathe to the sky. Thank you. So this ritual of bringing in this powerful energy from the depths of the universe is very powerful. It's the one that connects us to our sacred origins. Today, my wonderful family, I want to share with you where we come from. We come from the absolute sun, which was physically manifested as our physical sun in this solar system. But this physical sun is only a physical manifestation of the absolute sun. We come from the absolute consciousness. According to our ancestors, this is past the Southern Cross constellation, across the river of light. And the river of light for us is our Milky Way. So across from our galaxy, we come from these sacred stars. If you ask anybody in the communities where we come from, they'll tell you we come from the stars. And we are temporarily here living this present, this miracle, this offering of life. Offering that was given to us by our sacred parents, cosmic parents, spirit parents, ancestral and biological parents. We are here temporarily receiving the present of life. So everything that we experience here is a gift, is an offering that we have received. And in Aini, in return, we need to offer back our sacred life, our actions, our words, our thoughts, our whole being in gratitude back to our parents, back to our mother and father creator, back to our biological family, global family, cosmic family. And how you do that, you just do it with intent. So every day when you wake up, you need to say, today I am ready, I am open to be of best service in this planet. Every day when you wake up, you need to say, today I am open And I am grateful to receive the infinite blessings from you, dear Mother and Father God, Cosmic Father, Cosmic Mother, dear spirit parents, God parents, ancestral biological parents. And that way you open up yourself to live a day of miracles, of magic, of blessings. Every day you need to say thank you for this miracle of life. And I am ready to be in service of unconditional love. Wherever I am needed, I am ready. Whatever I need to do, I am ready. That's why we have a saying here. We are always ready, but we are never prepared. Because the preparation is an ongoing, ever constant practice of life. One step prepares you for the next. One day prepares you for the next. So we're always in this moment in sacred preparation. That's why we say we're never prepared, but we're ready. We're ready because we have the willpower set and free to be in service, to be in love. So every day we must wake up and we must say, I am in love. I am in ceremony. I am in service. I am in harmony. And this last one is very important because of all that was happening throughout the planet in this last year, most of us, have been moved away from our center, from our harmony. Whatever that was harmonious for us, all of a sudden was not anymore. There was almost this shocking process that moved us from our harmonic center to being in fear or worry or doubt, or even in some cases frustrated and angry at people, at things, at events, which is energies and processes that don't serve us. You know how a lot of people say, in order for you to grow, you need to have crisis. In order for you to evolve, you need to go through hardships. We don't believe in that. Why? I'll tell you why. Very simple. The hardships and the crisis we have had already. In our traditions, in our ancestry, we always acknowledge that we did go through the crisis, we did go through the hard process, we had the difficult processes, but no more. It's okay to ask for the gentle process. They always say, whatever you don't learn through love, you will learn through pain. Whatever you don't learn through harmony, you will learn through, struggle and suffering. But in our tradition, we always say, whatever you don't learn through love, you will learn through unconditional love. Whatever you don't learn in joy and happiness, you will learn in dance. Whatever you don't learn in inner peace, you will learn in transcendence. It doesn't have to be a hard process anymore. That doesn't mean you may not have hard processes for the rest of your life. It just means that you are ever always calling in to your life the gentle process, the process of love. And it's okay. You can give it to yourself. Some of us came with the soul agreement that we were going to experience the hardest processes in this life, and we're going to make it. And that doesn't come from the ego. That can actually come from the soul. Some souls have come here to experience the hardest of processes possible. And not necessarily to learn anything from it, just to experience it. And some souls have come here just to love unconditionally. Whichever choice we had made, we can always change it. While we are here, we can change it. Because one of the most powerful gifts is the gift of munay, which is free will. We can choose with our willpower whatever direction, whatever process we would like to have. So this is why in our practice, in our tradition, we want to wake up every day to these powerful proclamations. This is the ritual. Remember, ceremony is being connected, being grateful, acknowledging everything that is sacred to us, that is existing in a much higher frequency of consciousness than us. That's ceremony. And it's not ours. It's their ceremony. And we're just a part of it, a very important part of it. In fact, the center of it. But rituals are these prayers we say in the morning when we wake up. When you just say, I am the child of the sun that never rises neither sets. I'm the child of light. I am the son of time. I'm the son of sacred space. I am the son of Pachamama. This proclamation is very important because this is part of our ceremony. But in a ritual, you are responsible to move whatever elements, whatever energies to any direction. Like when we call in the elements to different parts of our body, because these elements have their nature, they have their power, they're conscious, they're intelligent, and they're powerful elements. They're also children of this earth. That's why they can't find these powerful elements everywhere. You know, it's so funny every time I hear about how they're looking for water in other planets. I mean, it exists, but in our solar system, Pachamama, this sacred earth, is so blessed because she has these elemental children, these sacred elements. So when we move these elements to different parts of our body, that's a ritual. Because we're doing it consciously. We know why we're bringing these elements to these places. So this is what I would like you to practice for this week until our next week, for you to embody these sacred elements and understand their personalities. What are the gifts? What are the powerful essences that these elements give you? What does fire, water, air, earth bring to you? That's part of our ritual. We need to be conscious when moving these powerful elements. And here's the next part. With our breath, we can move these powerful elements. Once you discover the power of these elements, you can move them for different people, wherever they will be needed. For example, when you want to move fire, you just think of the sacred fire and you withdraw the energy all the way from the first energetic bubble, and then you breathe it out. Because other people might need, especially this fire element is so powerful, healing traumas of sexual abuse, whatever fears and self-doubt. And then if you want to send the earth element, you can breathe in, withdraw the energy of the earth from the solar plexus, and for somebody who is missing a connection, let's say somebody who's not talking to a brother or a sister or their parents, they need that connection that the earth can bring and will heal. So the details of healing, of transforming, is taken care of by the element. The only thing we need to catch up with is with the miracle of reconnecting, thanks to this earth element. Then also you need to breathe. If you want to send the air element, you need to breathe in from here, from the center, and you just breathe out. For somebody who needs freedom, somebody who is stuck in their emotional process, who can't open their hearts into new love because of either deceivements or some trauma or some fears of relationship. I'm talking about love, romantic relationships. And then you can breathe the air element and help them liberate themselves and their hearts to new love. For somebody who is having, especially people who have these psychological patterns where we self-sabotage ourselves, whether with words we say, thoughts we have, whatever processes we bring this energy to us. So with the water element, you can change the mentality, you can change the psychological process of the brothers and our sisters in the family. So you just breathe from here, from this sacred bubble, water element, and then as you breathe out, this water brings new thoughts, new ideas, new psychological processes, especially for young people. A lot of young people are stuck in one psychological process because of what is happening. Like there's a lot of, right now, especially right now, there's a lot of intolerance. There's a lot of impatience. There's no fear. The young people now, they don't have any fear. They're ready for the new era. They're ready to take on this next era of our planet, of our life. But there is intolerance because they want it faster, like yesterday. So in order to bring them that energy of tolerance and patience and resilience, you can breathe the water element, and it will just produce miracles. Okay? One important thing also is to hold these elements physically. So in your body, as I told you, you are earth. When you touch yourself, you are earth. When you feel yourself, you are fire. When you breathe, you are air. When you relax, just absolutely loosen everything, like including, like, just make sure you're comfortable though, not while you're standing, but either sitting or laying down. Just loosen every muscle of your body and just the water be. You're absolutely relaxed, you're in inner peace, you're absolutely in harmony with everything. But in order to discover the gifts of these elements, hold them. Not the fire, though. It's delicate. But maybe have a candle lit up and pray with it and just contemplate the powerful transmuting energy that this element has. When you're in the shower, program your shower. Like, for example, before you enter to the shower, just say, this water is going to bring to me new life. It's giving me flow, and it's giving me clarity. And then you go to the shower and you turn it on, and that's what you're receiving. So you're just not washing yourself, you're actually blessing yourself. Or when you drink a little bit of water, this is going to give me clarity, it's going to give me new life, it's going to give me the energy of flow so that I'm not stuck, so that I can flow with it. And you take it in and you just notice how it's going to bless your whole self. In this way, we can work with these 4 elements. Go to the garden. If you have access, go outside into the nature and touch the earth and just feel what these connections are about. How you can feel your loved ones that are thousands of miles away, or even as if you're living in the same house, when you touch into the land, they're with you together. Breathe. When you breathe in, also program your breath. Breathe in love. Breathe in harmony. What do you need today? Maybe you need inner peace. Maybe you need harmony. So just before you breathe in, think harmony. And then you breathe in. Actually practice that right now. Breathe in harmony. Notice how that breath fills your whole self. Now I'm going to teach you how to breathe something that doesn't serve you. But just so you know the difference. Breathe in fear. Just think about fear right now. Fear. And breathe in. That is what I'm talking about. The difference. The quality of the energies. Now breathe in harmony again, just to clear and harmonize that fear energy. Notice the difference? So program your breath constantly for you to be in ceremony. Once we have this moment, eternity. Once we're here, transcendental. Thanks to our Father Time and our Mother Space, we can access every space and we can access all time. So for example, when I used to tell my grandfather, one day I want to arrive to that mountain, Grandpa, one day when I grow up. My grandfather used to say, let's go right now. And we would journey to the mountaintop, and I would just, even though it was a very sunny day and it was warm while we were doing this journey, because I was at a mountaintop, at the top of the glacier, all of a sudden the breeze was freezing cold. And everything changed in temperature and everything, because that's how it is. So, for example, in space, we travel constantly. Like, we don't say, oh, I would love to be there. You go there right now, and you just take yourself, you just visualize yourself in that place, and you just be there for the time that you need and for the time that's necessary. Also, we transcend time in the sense all ancestry is our ancestry. All the future generations is our future generations. For us, in that time, if you think of it in a linear way, for us, past is in front of us and future is behind us. And I'll tell you why. The reason why past is in front of us is because time is passing by. You're not passing by time. If you think of it in a linear way, time is passing through you, you experience it, and then it leaves you. You stay here in this transcendental center. That's why you can always see everything that passed by you. And the future is behind you. It's a time that is rushing, that is running as fast as it can to catch up with this moment. It never can, but you can't see it. So in the Andes, our ancestors have built one temple, powerful temple, where they carved 3 guardian pumas on the back and on 2 sides of this mountain being. The one on the right was always seeing the past, the one on the left was always seeing the future, and one extra in the back protecting you from the future. And I always used to discuss this with my grandfather about how interesting that there was this puma protecting you in the back from your future. Why would you protect yourself from the future? Is the reason of a lot of our stress, is the reason of a lot of our not well-being. Because we access a future without permission, without transcendence, without evolving in that consciousness to what consciousness is necessary in that future. So that's why they had carved a puma guardian protecting you from accessing the future unprepared. If you wanted to access the future, you had to access it ready to face things in a completely different consciousness, in a completely different frequency, mindset, feelings, heart, willpower, love, energy. So this is the way we used to access time. And the past, the one that always sees with us, which is this right side puma, used to show us, used to tell us, okay, this is what still needs healing. You know, that past is a little bit unclear. You want to go visit a little bit more and you want to recover some alchemic treasures. So we used to journey to the past always because you can see it. You don't need protection from it, but you need support. You need guidance. If you want to access your ancestry, if you want to access your past, you need to have guides. You need to have support. You need to have protection. It is very important. We already have guardians for the future, but you need protection to access the past. This is the way we see time here in the Andes. So pray to our Father the time to be more generous with you. You know how we used to always say, there's no time, there's not enough time, and all of a sudden now we have a lot of time. Our Father is being generous with us right now. And we have now, in these times, time and space to be in ceremony, time and space to be able to be of best service, time and space to realign, to prepare ourselves and to enter into the new era that we are entering into consciously. And we don't just get dragged to it and then we say, now what? We're actually being taken, we're being led, we're being held, we're being looked after and watched over through this process. Thanks to Pachamama, Pachatata, Cosmic Father, Cosmic Mother, Sacred Time, Sacred Space, our sacred parents. We are always in ceremony. So I will complete with that part for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being in ceremony. Thank you for choosing to consciously enter into this new era, into this new part of our life we're entering into. It is more than appropriate. It is very powerful and auspicious for us to be sharing these sacred teachings and this sacred wisdom of our ancestors, preparing us for what comes next in this next part, in this next phase of what humanity will experience. So I will complete with our teachings for now, and I will open up for some questions and answers. Thank you, Diana.
Great. We have had some wonderful questions come through, Puma, for you. And so we'll go ahead and get started with David's question. Do we need permission to send elements to other people?
So, dear David, we do send our powerful healing energy to our brothers, to our sisters, to our family. But this question comes often about asking permission. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, because of the protocols of our teachings, even in our communities, you could not perform a healing or do an oracle or help anybody without their permission. You could not. That was just not right. It was not correct. But when my grandfather was teaching me in those years, grandfather used to tell me, there are people who are messing up your well-being, who are manipulating your energy field consciously. They're actually doing it consciously. They're sending you heavy energies, low energy vibrations without your permission. And because they can access, and because we can access each other's energy field, these people can do that. So you, as a medicine man, why could you not send healing energy if it's for the well-being of your family, of your community, of the planet? If it's the aini, if it's the reciprocity that ultimately serves you too, because you're just seeding. When you send powerful healing energy to somebody, you're just seeding an energy seed that when you harvest, you're going to harvest abundantly, and you're going to harvest well-being, good health, vitality, harmony, clarity, wisdom. So yes, you don't need permission to send this powerful healing energy, because anybody else who are in those low frequency vibrations are messing up with your energy without your permission. And ultimately, I would like to also say, in the Andes, the word ho means another person, like another being. And the same word means oneself, ho. So it's just me talking to myself as David. So everybody is a part of me. So my grandfather used to say, when you're doing healing work, when you're helping, quote unquote, other people, you are actually only healing yourself. You are only helping yourself. So thank you for that question.
Beautiful. I'm going to invite Tamara.
Hello. You were in the very end, you were talking about you cannot access the past without protection. And I was like going, oh, how do we create protection for ourselves if we should want to do that? I mean, it's just something I don't understand. It's like, okay, they were carved into the mountain, the protection for the future, but you said when you access the past, you need to have protection. I'm going, okay, what's the protection?
So you can ask protection. You can ask protection from our ancestors. They're the guardians of our past.
Okay.
Whatever past you're accessing, and in this one, thanks to your question, I will say a little bit more. You can access any past. While you are here, you can journey to any lifetime, to any past, to any ancestral lineage. So we ask protection from our ancestors to look after our well-being, to look after our guidance through our journey to the past. Because there's a lot of people that in these journeys, they didn't remember an episode they had in life, which was actually, now that you think about it, traumatizing or very hard. And all of a sudden, you're no longer happy. Like now you are conscious of that past. So for that reason, you need to have protection from our ancestral spirits so that regardless of what you access in the past, you're protected and you're able to transform it and heal it and come out of it with alchemic treasures, with epiphanies, with wisdom and knowledge that is going to serve you in your life.
That's good. So I just ask them, right?
Yes.
Dear ancestors, please protect me. And they will, just all I have to do.
That's all. Very simple.
All right, excellent. I have a question, one other, do you know who are the planetary guardians?
We have many confederations of them.
Uh-huh. I was told I needed to find them or get in contact with them, and I forgot to ask how.
Same. You just call on them.
Planetary guardians.
You need to have a name. You need to have a name. We have Quechua names for our guardians, for our star planetary guardians. Chocachinchay. We have Sacred Koa. We have specific names for these guardians. You need to have their name, who you are calling on to. That's basic.
Okay, I'm a kind of intuitive, and I was helping to do some transformative work for some spirits that were caught between worlds, and actually talked with what you would call the grandfathers. And they said, oh, you need to get the planetary guardians to help you with this. You can't do this by yourself. And I said, okay.
Call on them.
But I don't know their names. What names? You just said I need a name. I don't know their names. Find the word. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Puma. Okay, so we did have a couple more questions. One from Hoff. Can you talk more about ways to have connection with our ancestral parents?
Yes. Our ancestral parents are our guides, our guardians. They're always looking for helping us, guiding us better in this life. From that sixth dimension, which is what we call the ancestral dimension of the soul, they can be in a million places in 1,000th of a second. So they have no limitations. You know, our ancestral parents can be here with you in ceremony, and they can at the same time be for the whole family in different places. Like they just transcend the physical time and space because they're interdimensional beings, just like us. We will talk about our interdimensional traveling and journeying later on our teachings and our course. But for now, what I can tell you is we need to call on them. You need to say, you know, ancestral fathers, ancestral mothers, you know, I need your guidance, I need your help, I need your protection. They're the most powerful source of healing energy that healers access here in the Andes. They can call on Pachamama, you know, they can call on the powerful elements, the mountain spirits. But when they call on the ancestors, they're the source of the most powerful healing energies that you can access. Like they can just take care of anything. They can shift time and space. They can shift protocols. They can shift systems. They have permission to do that here in our planet and to help us transcend time and space with them. So there are powerful guardians for journeying also.